Hi. Good evening, y'all. Welcome to Facts at 100%. I'm your host, Chris One of the Chris One Radio Group. Appreciate you guys for being here, man. While you're here, man, please, man, hit that subscribe button. This, in fact, is a Facts 100 exclusive. Welcome. It's Monday. It is the 28th of September, 2020. People, I'm in trouble, y'all. I am in trouble. Just got off the phone with She Cakes. She Cakes is mad at my ass. I think I'm gonna spend the night here. She don't know where this place is. She know where my house is. She don't know where this place is. She's mad at me, y'all. She done said I done accused her of some shit, boy. She called me with that old nigga, man. You know that type of man. So I'm just, I'm just looking out the window, making sure she don't pop up on she'll pop on start popping on a partner, she called me up, boy. Oh my God. So, hey, listen, y'all. Once again, man, you're new to the channel, man. Please, by all means, hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I want to talk about tonight? I want to talk about respect. I want to talk about respect. When we witnessed something when what's this guy name? Baby went on Power 105.1 and said, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. He put some spec on it. Put some spec on it. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I think I need to go ahead and give y'all the rules of how I respect people. You hear me all the time talk about two people. I mention their names because I don't give a fuck about them. That's Crystal Holman and Atia Bradley. Now, I want to make something clear because I had an attempt to date and I dated lots of other women. I will never mention a name. As a matter of fact, the woman that introduced me to YouTube, I went on her Facebook and I seen her, she got married and everything. And I was like, if anybody deserves happiness, is that woman. She said some things to me that I thought was very disrespectful. I learned a lot about women from her, but I respect her. I'm not going to say her name. That is probably the one woman that I truly knew that the way that I am, we would have collided in a way that she probably needed a more subtle guy because she went through a lot. She lives in Ohio. She lives in Euclid, Ohio now. Brought a house in Euclid. Her and her new husband. I don't know where they brought a house. She told me they brought a house, but I wish that woman the happiest. Won't say her name, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't respect Crystal Holman or Atia LaShawn Bradley, my former child's mother. And I think I need to do this because as I engage into relationships with individuals, they need to know that what all we go through is truly our business. Even if we don't make it, if whatever happens, I ain't gonna spill no names because I don't think, or let me say this, I will not allow myself to be in a position that a Crystal L. Holman, let me say the L, forgot, and Atia LaShawn Bradley, the girls with those L's for middle names, boy. But I want to tell y'all why. And I once again appreciate those thumbs up. I want to tell y'all why I don't respect those individuals. I will say their names till the cows come home. I will tell everybody how Crystal Holman came down here to Virginia, hit me up with a suck special. It was amazing to look down there and see her, my scrotum disappearing in her mouth. Slut bucket. Oh, Oh my God. Boy, them New York women sure got some lips on them, boy. I tell you. All right, dissing the whole one, but her, let's just say her. So let me break it down to you like this. The reason why I don't respect those two individuals is they toyed with me. And when you disrespect somebody, it's different from there's different levels of disrespect. There is disrespect from the perspective of a disrespect by error. Um, then there's just a blatant disrespect. You know when you've been disrespected, when you have to say to somebody, you should at least have the decency. When someone disrespect you with a lack of decency, when somebody disrespect you with a total absence of decency, that's when they toying with you. They're flagrant. They're real arrogant with their stuff. So this is why when you people hear me talk about those two specific women, it's not that, oh, I'm hurt by them extra, this and all that. It's not that. It's just that the disrespect that they showed me was blatant, aka, and they toyed with me. All right. I've never had women do that to me anywhere close. Put it like this: when it comes to disrespecting me, they actually are equal. One is in first place and the other one is in 1.5. And check this out. The person that's in number 2 place is all the way at slot number 1,000. So 2 through 999 empty. That's the distance between the next person that disrespected me and them. That's the difference. So let me give you some examples of what I mean by just blatant disrespect. Let me start with Atia LaShawn Bradley. Atia LaShawn Bradley used to beat on me. Atia LaShawn Bradley put me in a hospital. Atia LaShawn Bradley gave me and helped me. Atia LaShawn Bradley put me on she changed my trajectory of love. People, I actually went and took psychological classes to understand women. This is why when Miss Ali wrote the book, I brought the book. I didn't know the book existed, but I knew there was something special about women of color. That's why I brought the book. All of my answers I found in a book published in 1989. All right. And the name of that book is The Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman. And at the bottom, Miss Ali put, you better read it before she does. But I'm gonna start with Atia Bradley. Atia Bradley showed me that when it comes to energy, that estrogen that is when estrogen absent itself from testosterone, the results normally is stupid stacked on stupid. Let me give you an example. And here's what I mean. People, I started this organization, the National Fathers League, to help men understand what you're going to go through when you deal with a woman. You guys allow yourself to go to court and you allow the court to tell you, we are here for the best interest of the child. Excuse me. That is the only time you'll ever hear that in opening arguments. Everything after that, nobody gives a fuck about the child. Because of this, if it really was about the child, and studies show that children raised by single moms are the worst products produced, children raised by single moms are the worst products out in society. That's what studies show. Then why is the courts so adamant about separating father and child? Not only that, they actually co-sign this act that the woman brings to the courts. They co-sign it. So when it comes to disrespect, My former daughter is on the receiving end of a um, flagrant act of family destruction. So flagrant that the world wants to gloss over it because the product was a man, and then on top of that, a man of color. I was going to do a show today on black men. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And when I do bring that, I'm going to just do it on a different platform. But nonetheless, um, um, I am not going to allow my family to be disrespected under the context of, as a homeowner, as ex-military, ex-military, I was so insufficient at being a man. The courts tried to tell me that once the semen left my balls, I'm laughing at something else, and entered the uterus, the child that was on my health insurance, the child that was living in a house that I owned, the child that was benefit from the heat that I provided, the child that drove around in the car that I provided, the child that went to school, a private school, on the monies that I provided. All that was okay, but when it came to me being at one with my child, that's where we had to pump the brakes. So I was on the receiving end of disrespect on a grand scale. And the ingredients in which the court used to disrespect me was authored by one Atia LaShawn Bradley. And then there's this. We're in court and we're going through child support and they're running the numbers. And I'm asking them questions and they're getting smart with me. And they're doing this in front of Atia LaShawn Bradley. And one thing, what I tell you guys is that the courts will always talk to you like you're a piece of shit in front of the woman to let you know that, listen, tell your friends this is what we do to men, so have your friends bring the man down here. This is why one of the rules that I tell you guys is don't ever go to court and talk. You guys think you want to go to court and talk? No, don't go to court and talk. Let your paperwork do the talking. I tell you guys, do a one-on-one with me, $49.95, and we put all your paperwork together. And when you go to court, you can swear in and say, I am here today with a nonverbal testimony. You let your paperwork do the talking. Because when you talk to them, what they're going to do is talk to you from a perspective of disrespect, and you're going to rebuttal back. And then it's going to be a back and forth. And the woman's going to be sitting there looking at y'all like, oh, see, get him. That's right. Get him. And that's what you're going to be going through. Okay, so I tell you guys that. Nonetheless, I'm getting off track. So Atia LaShawn Bradley was in there, and me and this woman was going back and forth. And then Atia Bradley literally started laughing at me. Let me let y'all in on a little something else. Let me backtrack to what I was saying. When you go to court, they always give the woman justification. They always justify the woman security. They always put in place that the man is scary. They tell the woman to leave first and wait 5 minutes, then let you leave. Now, think about all this. Atia LaShawn Bradley used to beat on me. Atia LaShawn Bradley put me in a hospital. I got scars on my arm that Atia Bradley put on me. That scar right there. Can you see that? That scar. Atia Bradley did that. She took a lock and jammed it in my arm, just ripped my skin all open. Atia LaShawn Bradley did that. But here's the court telling me that, you know what? We're going to let her go first and you stay here. Then the courts allow this woman to file a restraining order on me, and she says, well, he gave me a black eye. You got to understand what I've been through when I mention a woman's name. Just flagrant, just toyed with. People, I've never dated any other women like these two. I've never been involved with any. I've never been involved with any other individuals that played with me like this individual, like those two individuals. Never, never. And let me look into my. I ain't got it with me. I don't have a crystal ball. I got a dirt ball. I would have looked into my dirt ball, and I would have looked into the future. And I'm pretty sure no one will ever do it. It will be impossible for anybody to disrespect me on a scale like them. But that's that's how Atia Bradley rolled. So when you hear me say that, not only did she, um, like I tell individuals, daughters are programmed, sons are taught. So she programmed her daughter to disrespect me, and it ain't even, you know, I get that. Honestly, I get that. I really do. I get that. Um, I'm not arrogant to the to the to the rules of war, if you will. I get that. Um, when it comes to the fact that I don't speak to her daughter no more, it's the reason is all on her. I don't speak to listen. I don't speak to Atia Bradley's daughter. You know, um, because of what Atia Bradley did. I don't speak to her daughter based on what she did. I want to be clear about something. I'm going to tell y'all what my eyes seen. My eyes seen 6-year-old kids with guns. My eyes seen 7 and 8-year-old kids with AK-47s. You see, when you've been to other countries, you've seen kids that acted like adults. I've seen kids execute things that adults couldn't do that were 10, 15 years their senior. For example, um, a lot of you would say, hey, Chris, huh? You wrong on this one. Your daughter didn't know no better. This is what everybody sells me. But I will have to tell you this. If your child is manipulating you, how come they're not telling you how come they're not telling you they're manipulating you? How come they manipulate you in secrecy? How come they follow the mother's protocol of destruction to the T? Out of all my friends that got kids, um, 3 of them got daughters. It's 11 of them. 3 of them got daughters, and the other 8 got boys. How come all of the boys, all of the individuals that had boys outside the home that were going through the child support thing, which was about five out of the 8, how come all of their boys told them, "Daddy, mommy told me that she want me to find out where you work"? How come all the individuals with daughters never told them what mommy was up to? They had to figure it out on their own. That's not a coincidence. It's not. That is not a coincidence. I want to be clear about something. That's not a coincidence. So, um, and so once again, a lot of you would say, "Hey, kids don't know no better." That's some. That is some crap that's only sold in the black community. Probably Spanish too. But here's what I mean. White men. You know what white people teach their children how to be? You know what white men teach their kids how to be? White men teach their kids how to be hunters. This is why white women always position themselves in a better position than black women. They're hunters, taught by their fathers. Go out there, hunt down the man in the best position, marry him, bear his children, put yourself in a position to take everything he got. Hunt. That's what they teach their children, how to hunt. This is why you see 5-year-old white boys out in the woods with their camouflage gear on. I'm coming, Daddy. And their sons, they teach their sons, hold your breath before you pull the trigger. They're hunters. And now to Crystal Holman. Let me tell you something about Crystal Holman. Crystal Holman had a 35-inch chest, 29-inch waist, and a 54-inch button hips. She was a brick house. Crystal Holman also got this thing where she's like, they said Pharrell got this disease where they always going to look young. Crystal Holman looked like a 12-year-old girl. Today, looked like a little 12-year-old girl. Right? And Crystal Holman toyed with me. I remember one time, check this out. I remember one time Crystal Holman called me up, whispering. I said, "Why are you whispering?" She said, "I'm at my sister's house and the kids are in the room asleep." We talked for about half an hour. Hung up the phone. 3 minutes later, my phone rings. I look at my phone. It's her. I answer the phone. "What's up?" Some dude is on the other end of the phone. He says, "Hey, man, you want this up?" I said, "What?" He said, "Yo, you want this up?" I said, "Yo, who's this?" "Yo, you know who this is." Let me tell you what Crystal L. Holman did. When she said the reason why she was talking real low, the kids was in her other room sleep. Her man was in the other room sleep. I then spoke to Crystal Holman about 2 weeks after that. I said, "Well, just give me an idea," because this was her new man. I said, "Give me an idea. Why did you feel the need to call me while you was at your man's house?" Now, of course, she didn't answer the question, but let me help you out. It was the thrill of playing the game. That's all. I'm talking to my ex-boyfriend while at my new man's house, and I can do that because love is nothing but a game. She was very, very disrespectful. This is why I was talking to She Cakes. She Cakes had some questions for me. Miss Cakes said, hold up. Hold up. She called me a bubble neck. She said, she sounds like a little kid. She said, "Hold on, you bubble neck." I'm truly laughing at something else. For real. I thought, yeah, I was really laughing at something else. But when I told her, she came down here 3 times in 2018 and hit me off with Suck Special. Like I told you guys earlier, it was so beautiful watching my little man disappear in her mouth. Ah. It felt so good and it sounded good listening to Crystal L. Holman hit me off with a slotchy ball. She was just slushing on my balls. I'm just saying, man. It felt good. I mean, yeah, it did. And then I asked this 51-year-old woman a question. I said, "Why me? Why do you want to get back with me?" People, the great Dave Ramsey said, "I don't know," are things that kids say. Grown adults know how to answer questions. That's what the great Dave Ramsey says. So when I asked Crystal L. Holman, "Why do you want to get back with me?" She didn't say, "I don't know," or but she said, "It's just something about you." So that's all you can come up with? There's something about me? Was it the way I was going, "Oh!" when you were sucking on my balls? I don't know. I had nothing else to say. But what was it? I've never got the answer. But no, but nonetheless, um, this individual was all about game. Love was a game to her. No, yeah, love was the real her. No, no, I'm sorry. Love was the real her. Love to Crystal L. Holman was the game. It was the hunt. It was the once you tell her you loved her, I got you. That's why I would never respect that woman. And, listen, when you lose respect for somebody, I was talking to Miss Cakes, and Miss Cakes was saying something about how she had to do something with an ex a couple of days ago. She had to do something with an ex, and she said we was video chatting. She bent her face. Her face is about this big, by the way. I swear to God, for a woman she's 5'2", her face is like this big. I got my phone on extra wide when I video chat with her. I have to put my phone on extra wide, like. Um, she said, you know how when you see somebody, you be like, gosh, I can't believe I used to like that person or love that person, whatever she said. And I don't think I answered her from the perspective of, but let me take a stab at it and come at it this way. When I think about Crystal L. Holman and Atia LaShawn Bradley, I say I feel I'm cool. So I don't look at nobody like that. I can't believe I used to date them, because I date some pretty beautiful women. What I simply say is, I feel sorry for the next dude that end up with them. Let me tell you what I told Crystal L. Holman. I said, I don't care if they say Michael Jordan G5 just landed here at the Charlotte airport. Oh, that is a beautiful jet. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, that is a beautiful jet. And here it is landing. Oh, and the door is open. Oh, you see Michael Jordan getting off his G5 with his new mistress? Oh my God, she is beautiful. Wow, look at the curves on her. Oh, she spun around and let us look at that booty. Oh my God, just enough. I said, if I was to see you with Michael Jordan, knowing that he had money, he wasn't a billionaire at the time, of course, knowing that he was rich and all that, I said, I wouldn't get jealous. No. I would say I feel sorry for Michael Jordan. She said, "Oh, you act like I'm that bad." Who says that? You act like I'm that bad. Like I know I'm bad, but I ain't that bad. Like, right, like, why would you want to be anywhere in the neighborhood of bad? She said, you act like I'm that bad. I said, the problem is you don't think you are. So you'll never make corrections. Ah. So that's why I appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Appreciate them. Appreciate them. New to the channel, man. Please, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Hey, listen, man, if you need me for a one-on-one, the number will be below, 323-627-1623. But that's why I will never respect those two individuals. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, any woman could do to me that will ever make me get on this platform or any one of my platforms and say their name. There's nothing. And notice, I said 18 years later, she came down here, right? 18 years ago. And then I was dealing with Miss Bradley 20 years ago. Notice that the biggest disrespectfulies was 20 years ago. Notice that no one in my newer age made the cut. But then again, I wasn't talking then like I talk now. So when women hear me talk now, they get kind of nervous. Oh, he's the type that. No, I will fall in love with you and love you to death, because you'll never get a chance to play me like the last ones did. And that is a fact. But after all, this is facts at 100%. Is it not? Of course it is. I'm your host, Chris One, of the Chris One Radio Group. I'm broadcasting to you live out of Todd Smith Studios. Speaking of Todd Smith, let me say this, read this out of my book. This is my first release, When Dads Cry. I want to read this to you right quick. This book is dedicated to Todd Smith Sr., my dad. Dad, I want to thank you for providing me with your DNA. Dad, I want to thank you for I want to thank you for helping me and giving me the blueprint and showing me how to navigate myself throughout this cold, harsh world, as well as being a man. Dad, I want to thank you for teaching me that men don't make excuses. Dad, I want to thank you for showing me that being a man at all times is non-negotiable. Dad, I appreciate you for giving me 38 years of navigating genius. Being a man is non-negotiable. That, my friends, is a fact. Good night, y'all.